Retired U.S. Air Force Brigadier General and former rep to NATO, Blaine Holt. General, I can't think of somebody I'd like to talk about this more with. Let's go, inside the tactical side here for a sec. One of the main things right now Israel is asking for is our highly classified technology, the bunker buster bombs. They don't have this to penetrate a nuclear facility that Iran is enriching uranium in and technology towards that. Do we give it to them?
At this stage of the game, I would say we don't give it to them. There's a lot of reasons why that's so that we could tackle here, but the reason is that that particular piece of ordnance is not going to be a magic cure-all wonder weapon. It's not going to take you right into the mission command of the Fordo facility, and there are actually 8, 9 other possibilities to neutralize that target and make it ineffective on the battlefield. I would even argue right now Fordo is ineffective because nothing can move around that facility on the outside. You know as well as I do, air holes, life support, entrances, they're all vulnerable. And it doesn't feed into what the president's main strategy here is, which is we remain in a combat enabling mode, but it's their fight to fight, and they're winning. We're in the 9th inning. They should go close this deal. And then we'll all work together to figure out what's going to happen after that with a free Iranian people. But putting B-2s downtown is not necessarily going to be in our best interest, especially if we skip right past the door of Congress and say, don't worry, we're not asking for a declaration of war. We're just going to go knock out a little facility. It's a limited operation. Right.
Well, that's actually the next thing on a tactics side is, so many times we've gotten involved in these things, and, you were involved in the Iraq-Afghanistan campaign as well as I was. We just get in there and we're like, hey, let's piddle around, let's get some people killed, let's spend $1 trillion and not actually accomplish the goal because, hey, the Taliban is back in charge of Afghanistan.
Right. If you want to plan a war, you start with your end state. You don't start with shock and awe and kicking down doors and look, we wrecked a town. You start with what do I want this to look like after the war is over? And you have to go as far out as, can Iran be in the Abraham Accords? Can they join the world economy? Can they have free trade? Is Iran going to be a trusted partner in the Middle East? Start there and then back yourself up all the way to where you call the B-2s up and you say, okay, guys, go get it done.
Yeah.
And understand the battlefield that way. Otherwise, we'll do silly things like blow up oil fields that could be used for a free Iranian government. Will take out Tehran and they won't have any place to live. The masterstroke I saw this morning was the cyber attack that knocked out their banks and destroyed all the accounts, and the banks don't even know their names. That's the stuff that lights the fuse on a revolution where people are willing to take back the government on their terms.
Yeah, and as these people, Israel's ticking off these mullahs left and right. Tammy Bruce, though, the spokesman for the U.S. State Department, held a briefing today on this conflict, and listen to what she had to say about President Trump's stance.
He is the singular guiding hand about what will be occurring from this point forward, as he has been, and I think that dynamic is pretty clear. He says he wants an end, as he has said about every conflict that he has, as a peacemaker, worked to stop peacefully through diplomacy. That has been his commitment, and he wants these things, as he said about a number of situations, not for a month or 6 months, but durable ends to this nature of forever wars, and that has been his posture, and that's his posture now.
It's a definite change from the neocon movement of Iraq-Afghanistan, which I welcome. Do you think the Ayatollahs and the Supreme Leader, or whatever he calls himself, do you think they get that?
Oh, yeah, they do. Tammy's so good. She outlines it perfectly because President Trump can't go after his vision of a demilitarized foreign policy without the credibility that he has. And believe me, the death of Soleimani to what's happened so far is burnished in the Iranian psyche. And I thought it was a masterstroke yesterday when President Trump said on social, hey, Tehran, evacuate, get out of there. That's called a military feint. Yeah. What did that do? That pulverized and terrorized the mullahs and the IRGC, and they're ready to come to the table because he's unpredictable. They don't know what he'll do, but he is really doing very well so far. We have to be concerned in the next 48 hours about certain dangers, loose weapons like you were talking about, and that type of thing. But listen, he's doing a very good job of sticking to his principles, and he's on it.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.